Okay, we have a question from Nacho, which is a great name. I wanted to thank you for the armor building formula. It has been a tremendous impact on my training and mindset. Since purchasing the book, remember, it's at danjohnuniversity.com/bookstore. I'm very proud of it. I read a nice comment on Reddit the other day. The person expected a program and it's a book. And that's the way I do things. So thank you, kind writer on Reddit. He's currently doing the ABF with 28 kilo kettlebells, which is a pretty good effort. He started last year with the 24s. And I have no desire to switch programs. Oh, that's great. It simplifies my life and training. I don't have to overthink which exercises to do. I just record my reps from the ABC, Armor Building Complex, and the pressing day, and I'm done in around 30 minutes. It fits perfectly into my routine, and the results over the past few months have been fantastic. Currently, I'm in a fat loss phase. I maintain a daily caloric deficit of about 400 to 500 kilocalories. That's excellent, 400, 500. The only thing I would just say, Nacho, if you begin to feel like you're burning out, don't be afraid to add a few calories, because 500 calories a day, I do that sometimes. But, that's technically in a week, you should lose a pound doing that. And that's a lot. And if you can sustain that, that's awesome. And I follow the armor building formula, and then he says, and walk between 10,000 and 14,000 steps each day, as Greg O'Gallagher suggests. That's the second time we mentioned Greg today. And I follow armor building formula with my kettlebells exactly as you recommend. That is really interesting. In the new version of the ABF I'm coming out with, you're doing what I think is right. Get the walks in, especially after the workout. Have some caloric limitations. I love this. I couldn't be happier. I'm gradually building a muscular, defined body in a sustainable and manageable way. That said, I have a question. Would it be possible to follow the armor building program just twice a week instead of 3 times? That is just very funny, because I have a program called the Weekend Warrior. Maybe I should put this into my into an upcoming Wandering Weights. Folks, if you don't have my newsletter, Wandering Weights, go to danjohnuniversity.com and you can sign up for it. It's free. There's no sales pitch. There's no, buy this. And I share programs. You can also find it. I put it on a Reddit thread, and I might have put it onto another forum, but it's called the Weekend Warrior, and it's exactly what you're asking here. Specifically, I'm wondering if I could alternate just 2 strong workouts, say Monday and Thursday, rather than the traditional light, medium, hard rotation. Since I'd be resting more days, I imagine I would approach each workout with more intensity and energy. Would this adjustment be effective, or would I be sacrificing too much progress by dropping the 2 sessions per week? I would only say this, I'm going to give you a little caveat. I like the idea. So let's say you're doing the armor building complex on Monday. I like that. And you're doing the high rep presses on Thursday. Since you're in that big caloric deficit and you're getting if you're getting those 14,000 steps at the 500 kilocalorie deficit, I think you're good. However, for those of you listening who aren't getting that 14,000, 13,000 steps, and you're not getting a caloric deficit, you probably want to come in on Sunday or Saturday and maybe get another light round, maybe 10 rounds of the ABC, just enough to get work going. If your name is Nacho and you're doing the 14,000 steps, plus you're doing the minus 500 kilocalories, hey, I think it's going to work. I would really, really be interested in a follow-up on this, Nacho. I want you to email the podcast@danjohnuniversity.com. I want you to make sure when you do that to make a note that I specifically asked you to send a note to me. I'll have your email address and we can follow up on this. Nacho, I am impressed with this and I hope it works. For those of you interested in a pretty simple fat loss program, or you're a weekend warrior, you're a busy mom or dad, You could do, this is what I recommend, Saturday, okay, it depends, always shows up right now, but let's just say this: Saturday, armor building complex; Sunday, high rep pressing; and then midweek, generally Wednesday for most people, a light tonic ABC, plus getting your steps and watching your calorie. The more energy you save for walking, the more energy you save for cutting calories for fat loss is better than trying to, that's been said 100 times, but I like Tom Furman's book, You Can't Outrun a Donut. So you can't outrun bad calorie choices. Whew, thank you so much.